We back. We back.
Episode 24. We're gonna try and get something going for 25. We have something in the works, a little bit, maybe an idea for the 25th anniversary special.
25th anniversary.
What do you think? Let's tease it a little bit. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I don't know. What do you think the odds of our plan working out are?
I would say like a good 70% if we can make it happen. I think 70, more than possible.
I think
In the realm of
50-50,
possibility.
60-40. Yeah, we'll see. We're not going to say too much more because, we don't know. But here we are back at it again. It feels like it's been a long time. We've been facing some struggles on the pod a little bit. We've been trying to kind of figure out how to build ourselves, and we've tried things, and audio's messed up, and video's been good, but that's been challenging. And I think we have found a happy solution coming to you soon. But what do you think, Mike? What do you think about all these like trial and errors here on the G30? Where are you at mentally?
Mentally, I feel like I'm where I was at the start. I'm still very motivated to keep pushing, and even just for our sakes, like getting this out weekly, it's just sort of like a testament to us paying attention to the team.
Yeah.
And as a content creator, like this isn't my first time doing something like this. Like it's hard to stay consistent when things aren't going your way. But we're resilient. We have a good group of guys here at the G30, so we just gotta keep our head down and keep going.
Agreed. And maybe we might be doing some expansion and asking for some help with other avenues of content soon. So we'll check that out. Yeah, It's not my first rodeo in content either. The most important part is consistency, right? So that's good. Speaking of building and getting your mogul shit on, Mike, look at that giant fucking case of yerba mate back there. Can you tell us a story about that?
So if you guys have been following the podcast, even remotely, just little by little, I am now a yerba mate ambassador. And one of the perks is with coming along being an ambassador is that I get to pick up these cases and get to share it with you guys directly, the Galaxy family, and people that necessarily don't know what yerba mate is. So if you see me at the tailgate, if you see me anywhere, see me at a game, stop by. We'll get you a nice yerba mate and
We'll
a
get you
G30 sticker.
We'll get you nice and energized before the game.
Yeah. It's awesome, man. It's like if coffee doesn't work for you and you still like don't really like soda, like I feel like this is a very easy medium.
We got to get Leggett holding one of those, man. Since
he's
the mate king around here.
He is the mate king. Only if Pavon was.
Oh, you know what? I heard a rumor about Pavon going to Marseille just about an hour ago. Seems like a fit.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that too far. Who's in Marseille right now? Drini played in Marseille for a little bit.
From Marseille, yeah. They just signed an American kid. I can't remember his name. I will research that when you're talking next time. But they just signed an American kid, and they're in like a rebuild phase. So Pavon possibly heading to Marseille. I just want something to happen so we can stop talking about it again. Somehow we always find a way to come back to it. We all miss that excitement, but I think we're seeing some new excitement around here. Let's recap that Dallas game. It's unfortunate we didn't get the shutout, but we got a 3-1 victory with goals from Cabral, goals from Ravoloshin, beat Cabral to the punch, and the one and the only man of the people, Ethan Zube. The goal bat, as he's been talking about it. What are your impressions, man? As you kind of being the Cabral analyst here on this show, let's break down that goal. Like he got it in. Hopefully, he builds on some of that momentum. But what are you thinking about it? Break it down.
I feel like it's a perfect time to capitalize. It wasn't a great goal by any means, but you need one to open the floodgates a little bit. So like you said, it's more of just a build momentum goal. I feel like he looked a lot more comfortable than he has in previous weeks. And I feel like the position he had played in the Dallas game is where he needs to be playing, and he needs to be around people that can service him well. Cheech doesn't have the best service, so, that could be an issue.
He's been passing well. It's more about his movement, but yeah, he's not going to like pick Cabral out with like those Vasquez little dingers like over the top.
Yeah, no. I feel like we benefited benefited without having Cheech because it gave these guys like it gave them the platform to sort of like relax their game a little bit. It's like, let's get something working, get something new in the works that, we haven't seen. So, I mean, as the coach, I think Vanny has a lot to consider now with, not only Revolution, but Cabral getting on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, so we have a major battle. I was engaging with people on Twitter last week about it kind of after. We are seeing let's go with that, the decisions Vanny has to make, right? Let's start with the back line. Nick DePuy is making a big case for himself in the back, and people are noticing. Derek Williams is available for selection in the next game. I'm assuming after the 10-day break, Sega Coulibaly will be good to go. But Ryan Ravoloshin, I have a thought about him at center back I will come back to, but he has showed he can play there too, and that's a testament, again, to Venny's selection of utility players, which is huge. In a pinch, Ravoloshin can play center back, and Sega can bump out right if Araujo is not there. So we have a massive battle on the back line. Who's your back four?
At its healthiest, I'm gonna go for the fullbacks, Villafaña and Araujo. I feel like that's sort of non-negotiable at this point. Even Fisher or even Sega could play at that right back position. But my two center backs right now would be DePuy and Revolution. I mean, in his second game for the Los Angeles Galaxy, he not only found himself a goal, but an inclusion into the team of the week. Tell me that isn't something special. Not in his primary position.
Okay, so let me go to that because both goals. So when we started getting scored on against SKC, which was just an ass of a game. Like, we were fine, we were good. It just didn't break our way. That first goal came from a ball over the top of Ravoloshin's head. His positioning wasn't great, and it was the same goal on with Dallas. So I don't know. I mean, there's a case to be made. Let's pause there because let's hold Ravoloshin in this conversation right now, right? Because now we have to think about the midfield. Cabral and Grancer are going to be the wingers.
Period. They're not getting moved.
Right?
They could be playing shit and they would not be getting moved.
What do you do in that midfield? You have Efra Alvarez. You have Jonathan Dos Santos. You have Sasha Kljestan. You have Victor Vasquez. You have Sebastian Lletget. And you have Ryan Ravoloshin. How do you make that decision? What do you think?
I feel like a non-negotiable name, and I feel like it might be a little bit too quick to just play it. Like, you just can't ignore Ryan's presence at the moment. So I feel like either if it's in the back four and midfield, he has a spot in both.
Okay, so your concern is giving Ryan a starting spot. Okay, so let's hold
no matter where.
Okay, so let's hold on Ryan. Let's assume he's going to play the 6 like he was brought in to do. Who's his partner? Who is the attacking midfielder?
The attacking midfielder would be Lletget, and the other midfielder, as much as I don't like him, it would be Jonathan. Not Vasquez. I don't think Vasquez. Efra couldn't do it. You could maybe throw Sasha in there. I like Sasha. I think he'd be great over Jonathan, but I know that's not how the cookie crumbles around these parts. So realistically, Ryan, JDS.
And Sebastian attacking. You know what I would like to see? And this is maybe possibly controversial. I would like to see Lletget and Ryan and Vasquez in the hole. I think that would be nice. I'm concerned. The last game they were playing, the last 2 games they've played Seba really, really deep, and I think we talked about that last time. And it's like, my man.
Yeah, we're like, damn, he can't get a starting spot anywhere.
Anything going. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think Ryan stays in the back line. I think it's great that he could play there. If you're asking me, I kind of want to see Sega and DePuy, or Sega. Or I'm sorry, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to put Villafaña and Araujo as wingbacks, and I'm going to say Williams, DePuy, and Sega. Let's go. 3 men.
Three at the back with 2 wingbacks. I could see it happening. It wouldn't be the furthest thing to, fall from the tree.
If you're putting your best players on the field, like that's a 3-5-2. But what do I know? I'm not Vanny, and that's crazy, and it's
I
pretty
would,
uncommon. Actually, Seattle's kind of playing that, and it's working.
mhm.
Go
So
ahead.
let's see. Let's see. It would be Sega, Depew,
And Williams.
Williams, then Villafana, Araujo. Okay, so 3, 5. So then it'd be Jonah, Ryan, Vasquez, and then Cheech, and then Zubac. Dang, so in
Oh,
that formation, there's no
You're
room.
forgetting Cabral and Grancer.
They don't have room, bro. Wingbacks.
No, dude, count 11 people.
3,
Three in the
2,
back. Two.
3,
That's
2, 2, 1, 2. That's 11, buddy.
Okay, but so you're doing that like that three two, like the little diamond up top.
You said 3. You said 3, 5, 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
The 5 in the midfield,
defense,
and
the
2.
defense with the wing back. This is why we're not coaches. The
Yes. Someone clip this.
the defense with the wing backs, Ryan and Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then I would throw Cabral and Grancer and Cheech tucked in.
Cabral, Granister, and then Cheech tucked in. I get. You know what? I think it'd be interesting either way. Either I think.
You're not
I
sitting
think that's
DPs. You know that's what I'm. You know.
Yeah.
I don't
Someone
know,
clip
dude.
that though. That's really funny.
This is stupid. All right, let's. This is
I'm
why
like
no
doing
one
like. Yeah. No one listens.
This is why no one listens to it.
Love you guys that listen.
I'm just kidding. No, it's good. We have a healthy group. Thank you guys. Tell your friends though. We need to grow this a little bit. Please
Yeah,
tell
bro.
somebody. Come get a sticker.
Hey, come get a sticker and a mate. Straight up.
We'll put
Straight
stickers on your mate. Instant collectible.
Instant collectible.
All right. So let's talk about this Zubac goal, man. Everyone was like, that was a Landon Donovan goal, and it kind of was because he waited. He like waited for the goalie to fuck up, and then he like dinked it in. Are we seeing the rebirth of Ethan Zubac?
I hope so. As much as I like to clown on him, and as much as I like to be like, you know what, you fuck up. I feel like it'd be great for him to finally see some good first team minutes, like some healthy first team minutes.
Productive more than anything, right? Like I hope he stays productive. I don't think he's as bad as like people say.
He's just an easy target. He's just an easy target. That's all it is.
And really, he kind of won me over this week with his like how I think the Nag Boys, one of them, were saying like
how much for a signed jersey or whatever,
or how many likes for a tattoo of Golbat with Ethan's face on it, right? Ethan was engaging, the team was engaging. Hey, thank you, LA Galaxy, for engaging with us too, by the way. But
yeah, I love you guys. If you guys already couldn't tell.
Yeah, but he seems great. I still don't think he's gonna be a starter, but if we can start to see that impact off the bench, that's good. Do we still need another striker?
I don't think so, man. I just think at this point we'd be soft loading people. It'd just be like, all right, we have a striker just to have one. We at our worst, we can call Augie Williams. We have Zubac. We have Cheech. We have Cabral. There's no need. We have so many people that are versatile and can play different positions that I feel like if, let's say, we were to bring in Kamara, it would do nothing. I mean, we have so much talent that we could directly have a hand in producing and, not being like, oh, shit, we let him go. So
yeah,
I think there's no point.
Yeah, I think we're kind of crossing that point where, I mean, if you bring someone in too, like at this point you shatter Zubac's confidence, right? He's scoring. He's like, I'm doing something. And then like you bring in a guy over him, you shatter him and Augie rather than kind of maybe investing in their futures. If you would have asked me 3 weeks ago, do we need a second striker? Absolutely.
Yes.
I think Ethan's been very hardworking. And I think it's interesting that Greg shat on Augie in the press conference and was like, my man needs to work. He like Ted Lasso'd him. He was like, I'm going to bench you and then like play you next time. And I think Augie had some good looks. I think Grancer had him for a goal, but Grancer being Grancer and growing in his confidence, he's looking a lot like Alessandrini. I was thinking it, and then someone said it on Twitter. He is looking like, no, I want to take the ball and cut in and shoot. He had Augie for a sitter, but I kind of like in a game that we were winning, I kind of liked that he was like, fuck it,
Just
I'll
go
take
for
a
it.
shot. So the forwards are producing, and I think it was a big statement game. And it makes me a whole lot less concerned with the absences of Jonah and Ephra and Leggett now and all of these people for the Gold Cup. And we're getting our starting defenders back. Honestly, circling back to that, I think we go back to Araujo, Williams, Villafana, and it's either going to be Sega or Depew, and I'm fine if they switch off. Like, in my mind, they're both real. I like them together.
Healthy competition.
Yeah, I like them together because they're both willing to like press with the ball and like push, and they're comfortable. That entire back line, more than anything, is starting with Bond. It's impressive how comfortable they are with the ball at their feet, and that's really refreshing. They look for a pass, they're not booting it. We're not doing GBS ball, so that's good. I'm glad to see that changing. Did you see that Bond Techers where he like did the cutback?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That is some championship grade football right there, dude.
Yeah.
You don't.
When the fucking
That's
goalie,
not taught. That is in you.
when the fucking goalie like breaks your ankles, you know you have something special.
Just go home. Just
go home. So that's great. The goalie the online bullying, as we joke in Galaxy Twitterverse works. The goalie jerseys are on sale in the store. They're expensive as shit without stars, but expect that to change. But to me, that showed that people were listening. And honestly, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Wednesday game experience. I am a big fan of midweek games. Obviously, it's fun to have a full packed stadium, but there's something intimate when it's like half full and everyone who is there wants to be there in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. The atmosphere was popping. I ran into Manny from the Galaxy Outlaws. Shout out to Manny. That's awesome. And it was cool to see people. I saw LA Soccer Hub again. If you haven't been to a midweek game, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. So that was good. We got the win. We bounced back from Sporting Kansas City. And it looks like we are set up to kind of peak. The summer's always tricky with the tournaments. Not peak, I should say, but I guess gain momentum. As we said, we're missing healthy amounts of players for the next 4 or 5 games, 3 to 4 games at least, and people start getting knocked out of the Gold Cup.
They trickle back.
Yeah, they'll start trickling back. But the matches, I'm looking at the schedule right now. Saturday, July 17th, the Galaxy play Vancouver Whitecaps. Then, let's see, then Wednesday, July 21st, again, another Wednesday game. They play Real Salt Lake, which will be cool. Again, so that's interesting because Vancouver is playing at Rio Tinto in the Elevation in Sandy, Utah. That's Salt Lake's home, right? So they're going. I'm sure they'll stay there. If it's a Saturday to Wednesday, they're playing in the same stadium, which is good. And then beyond that, on the 30th, let's see. Oh yeah, the 30th we have LA Galaxy Portland at home. So it's a minute until we have a home game, but we have Vancouver, Salt Lake, and Portland. That's kind of shitting right now. Sorry, Roland.
Dude, Roland's going to be out here for
I hope Roland comes down, man. Yeah.
No, dude, yeah, he's coming down. That's going to be sick.
Cool. So, I mean, we're looking at Portland, who sits in the hold on. They sit in the 9th spot. Vancouver is dead last, and Salt Lake is 6th at 16 points, but they have a -4 goal differential. They're not the epitome of greatness. I think they're probably the best team in this stretch. How many points do you think? Yeah, how many points do you think we walk away with in this 3-game stretch? Vancouver, Salt Lake, Portland.
Okay, we lose to Portland.
You think?
But we pick up. Yeah, I think we lose to Portland. They have our number forever. And then I'll say we win against Vancouver. And we draw against Salt Lake. So I think we walk out with 4.
4 points. Okay. So 4 points after this next stretch would put us with 28 points. Seattle is sitting at 29 now. So it's Seattle at 29, Kansas City at 26, and us at 24. We have a game in hand over both of them. So that's good. But interestingly enough, we are the only team in the league that has not secured a draw yet. So I think that's a good call that there's a draw in one of these games. I would like to say pick up the points and close the gap on that Wednesday game, I think is the extra game in hand. I'd like to take those 3 points. I think we can beat Salt Lake if we stay there and we're not traveling back and forth. So that's 6 points. And I think we actually get that random draw against Portland and don't break Roland's heart. So I think we win 2, tie 1, and get that draw. Just statistically, I can't see it going too much longer without a draw. That's kind of crazy. So it looks good. The Galaxy looks comfortable. We're weathering the tournament storm in the summer, man. I don't know. Hey, Mike's Corner. You don't know what I'm gonna ask you, but let me do this. We're gonna do fancy production work here right now. Check this out. Oh, hold on. This is great radio. Boxing bell, Mike's Corner. What do you make of Messi finally winning the Copa America?
I knew you were going to ask me this.
What do you think?
I knew it. Okay. I mean, it's about time. He's had it coming for a really long time. Realistically, they should have had the World Cup in 2014, and they should have picked something up in the span from then to now. I mean, I feel like it's well-deserved. Messi, dude, and if I open my mouth on this, people will crucify me. But I respect Messi for who he is. He's arguably the greatest player of our generation and of all time, but I will die on the hill that is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, I fancy Cristiano Ronaldo more. I think he is my distinction between the two is I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a harder worker. He's the hardest worker in the sport. But that's not to discount Messi's work as well. But I feel like Messi's just more talented than Ronaldo.
Like raw talent.
Like raw talent. I feel like Messi just holds more talent, but Ronaldo has worked to get to where he's at. Not saying Messi hasn't, but it's just you can see it in his game. You know, like he's peak fitness at almost 37.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm happy for Messi. Congrats, Messi. Even though he didn't do anything in that final, so. More so, shout out to Di Maria.
Yeah, good to see Di Maria get something like that.
Messi had a fantastic tournament, just didn't turn up on the day, but he led in assists and he led in goals, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard from Darius.
Did you see that he gave away his lucky armband or whatever, and that's why that other fool kept scoring goals?
No way.
His name. But Messi secured the trophy by giving away his lucky band. That's funny too. That's a funny story. Check that out if you're a Messi fan and haven't heard that.
What do you think about it?
I'm happy for him. I like Messi. I think he's. I like Ronaldo more, but I'm not in the like fuck Messi. I don't think you.
No, yeah,
I don't think
anyone. Yeah,
he's never done anything wrong, and in the face of being fucked at Barcelona over the last year.
It's nice to see him win something.
Yeah, and I think he's shown a lot of grace, and I'm happy for him. I am shocked and appalled and disgusted at the behavior of the England fans, though. I think we should talk about that. The abuse that Saka, Rashford, and Sancho are seeing is believable because there's a long history of like racial problems in that country.
And losing in penalties.
Yeah, but no less disgusted and appalled at what's going on in England. What do you make of that?
It's a sticky situation regardless, but there's really only one answer, and that there's really no room for that anywhere in sports, in the workplace, no matter where you are. And I mean, England has a very tricky history, and people did spray paint stuff over Rashford's mural in Manchester, and
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
It is nice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, go for it.
No, I was going to say it's nice to see the Premier League, Manchester United, and the English FA reach out and kind of support those guys. But my heart goes to Rashford and Sancho and Saka and their families, and like all of that is fucking terrible. And they should be ashamed because they're human beings and they're kids and they're athletes, and like they also like stop fucking attacking the Italian fans too. Like it was just it put a smear on the whole tournament for me.
Happy for Jorginho though, bring it home, son. Jorginho Henderson.
Jorginho, get your shit together.
Who made the coldest one of all time, dude, against those boys, dude? Just took a nice, clean penalty, but kind of disappointed. But it's nice to see the football community sort of rally around those guys because I mean, you see posts from Pogba, you see posts from the United camp in general. It's like, you're a soccer player, you're gonna miss, and there's bigger questions to ask not of those three players, but of Gareth Southgate. Sancho got shit minutes that whole tournament, and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's have him take a pen." Not any other guys' fault.
I mean, it's interesting.
You lose.
I was watching it in Nicky's Sports, which is hilarious. We were driving by, and I was like, I want to go to Nicky's, and I was watching the game in the car, and I was like, oh, it timed up. So like we went in and we watched it inside of Nicky's, which was funny, in Long Beach. But the guy there was like, what the fuck? Like, they haven't played. They're going in cold. On the other hand, like, you bring in your specialists, right? Like, like Rashford has a higher probability of making a penalty than Emerson, right? Like, it's just, oh no, that's Italy, sorry. Than Kyle Walker.
Like Henderson.
Or
Kyle
like
Walker
Henderson, or like one of them, right? So, I don't know. It was super weird, but yeah, I think the bigger story there is why did they get such, both of them kind of got shit on this tournament, and I don't know.
It was never going to go easy with the England fans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just how it's been.
Yep. It just sucks, like the amount of work that they have done in the Premier League to bring awareness and stand in solidarity with people who face oppression, and then like the fans go and do that.
And then you shatter it.
Huge fucking bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're getting towards the half of the season. Just to recap, LA's doing really well. We are doing much better than I thought we would, sitting in a cool third place with some points pickups to come. It's great. Mike, do you have any closing thoughts?
Go Galaxy. Let's see the USA do well in the Gold Cup.
Oh, please.
And, let's try and bring home 2 trophies this year.
All right. 2 trophies would be good. A double would be excellent. And it would be nice to return to the CONCACAF Champions League. I think that would be a lot of fun. All right. I'm hitting the music. Mike, hit him with the socials.
Yeah, if you guys have listened this far into the G30 podcast, you can come check us out on Twitter and Instagram at the G30 podcast. It is the G30 podcast. If you want to come check me out on my socials, you can come do that on Twitter at CFC Michael. I'll hear from you there.
Yeah, I am CountChuck786 on Twitter. Hit us up there. Hit us up on Instagram. If you have any ideas for the show, let us know. If you're a listener who's standing around, like I said, we are growing. And we're going to continue tampering with some things to try and make the pod as good as it can be. If you have any ideas, or if you want to hop on and be a guest too, let us know. So
we're not intimidated.
Yeah, we will see you later. Peace.
All right.